Alright guys, so before we get into today's video, I want to let you all know that I have a new HTJ Halloween Instagram account. That link is in the description. I have had an Instagram this entire time, but it was a private, personal account for me and my friends, so I never really openly told you guys about it, but I finally got around to creating an account for the channel. So go ahead and follow that. Like I said, link will be at the top of the description, and you guys can get updates on upcoming videos and a lot of sneak peeks that you aren't going to get on this channel. So anyways, guys, let's hop right into the video. Hello everyone, this is HTJ Halloween, and today I am going to be reviewing the Tricycle doll from Spirit Halloween. So if you guys haven't seen my setup video, I'm not sure if I said this in the setup video or not. By the way, the setup and demo will be linked in the description of this video. But I'm not sure if I said this. I wasn't planning on getting the Tricycle doll this year. As you guys know, I'm not a huge fan of her clothing and how it looks. And I even mentioned that when I did the sneak peek video of her. I'm pretty sure I did a sneak peek video of her. But I got her because she's gonna fit perfectly into hallway number 2, and the concept art for that came out quite a while ago by now when you guys are seeing this, so make sure you guys go ahead and check that out. It'll explain sort of what hallway 2 is going to be. It's going to basically be the bedroom theme that we had outside last year but moved inside, so it's going to have Menacing Molly, Levitator Girl of course because she's in a bed, Peekaboo Penny, and then this girl. There was a little bit of empty space that we had up against the wall, and I just knew that she was going to fit absolutely perfectly and just drive her tricycle back and forth and just have this creepy noise. She's a doll. Everything about her fits perfectly into that hallway, and I'm super excited to set her up inside there. But anyways, let's jump right into this review. The first category, as you guys may know by now, is setup. So I forgot to say I rate the props based off of 10 categories, and they can get 10 points for each category. So it comes out at a number between 0 and 100, so I use that as a percentage to rate the prop. It's definitely a lot more specific than the 5-star reviews I used to do. But let's go ahead and talk about the setup. So with her, it's super duper easy. If you guys haven't seen my setup video, it's one of the easiest setups. I mean, obviously it's a small prop. Literally all you have to do is go ahead and connect this pole right here with this wing nut, and she snap locks onto another pole there, connect a wire, and it's all done. So there's no issue with the setup. The instructions are completely clear on everything, so I'm giving her a 10 out of 10 for setup. So the next thing is concept. This is new to my reviews for 2017, and the reason I added concept, which I told you guys in the past, is because I purchased the props based off of the concept, based off of what their idea is, based off of what they're supposed to do. You know, of course, the durability and that all comes into play after you've purchased it, but I always buy them based off of if I love what their idea is, what they look like, and what they do. So concept for her, it's a new and original idea. We have seen the roaming dolls, and I think she was sort of an extension of that. She's like the roaming dolls, but she just has a different motion. She's on a tricycle. She goes back and forth. I think they knew that people love the roaming dolls, how they just kind of roam freely, and then they thought, well, why don't we take that a step further and make this little girl on a tricycle that goes back and forth. So it's a new idea. It's sort of building off of the roaming dolls, and I personally love it. It's gonna fit great in my haunted house, and I'm sure it fits great in a lot of other people's displays as well. So for concept, I'm definitely giving her a 10 out of 10. So the next thing is price, and I know this is very important to a lot of you because you don't have the money to be spending hundreds or not, maybe even thousands of dollars on Spirit Halloween animatronics, okay? It's just not worth your money. So she is definitely a little bit overpriced. She's $129.99, and for such a small animatronic, it is a little bit disappointing. I would have expected it to be $99.99. I mean, Death Row is $99. For Christ's sake, I mean, come on. Why can't a little doll be $99.99? $129.99, but she is $129.99, and that's probably just because she's new. Death Row is old. I'm not sure if Death Row's price has gone down. Probably has, but I mean, she also is great quality, but it's still overpriced. I'm not gonna cut her some slack with the price because it's definitely overpriced. Now, I did buy her with my own money, but I did use a 20% off coupon, and I always stress, you guys need to use the 20% off coupons. They're readily available. They are on Spirit Halloween's website a lot of the times. They're just up at the top if you go there. They posted one on their Instagram for everyone to use. They mail them to you sometimes if you buy from them pretty consistently. So they're always giving you these 20% discounts. So you gotta use those if you don't want to waste a lot of money. And when you use the 20% discount on her, she comes out at around $104, but then plus tax, it's probably a bit higher than that, but around $100. So a lot more reasonable, but that's what I would expect the price to be without the coupon. But either way, she is overpriced. So for the score, I am giving her a 6 out of 10 for price. Okay, so the next thing is animation, and of course I always want to show you guys what they do before I start talking about the animation. So she can be connected to a step pad, which actually surprised me. If you have her in the off position, it's also step pad. She also has sensor and on, where she runs constantly. So I'm just going to put her on sensor here so she doesn't keep going. But show you guys what she does. So I personally think her animation is super cool. It's great that she has so many options as well. She can be running constantly, she can have the step pad, or she can be sensor. So that's always good when they have a lot of options. And she has light up blue eyes. So like the roaming doll, she does have light up eyes. And I think the blue definitely matches her. Oh, she's continuing to go. So I'm gonna turn her off. But she also just sort of goes, I would say, maybe about 5-6 feet. If you see her in Spirit Halloween, she's on a track, so she can't go as far as she normally would when she's just in the open. And then her wheels, her wheel moves, her knees sort of like bend. If I push her up here, you can see like her knees bend as it goes like that. And that's also super cool. It makes it look a lot more realistic. So I personally think her animation is great. I think it all comes together and just looks like a creepy girl going back and forth on a tricycle. It makes those like creaking noises as well. So for animation, I'm giving her a 10 out of 10. Alright, so the next category is durability, and that's very important because you don't want to be paying top dollar for something that is just going to be crap quality and break on you. Now, for the tricycle doll, she's kind of small, so it doesn't really apply as much. She's not the kind of prop that would break. Like, the roaming dolls don't really break. Well, I guess unless you let them roam on carpet, you don't want to do that. But for her, I think she honestly can run on carpet. I don't think there's anything that's really going to get caught in her gears or anything like that, but I would run her on hard floor. That would be the only thing for durability, just in case, you know, the wheels sort of pick up some string or something like that. But honestly, it's all made out of metal. It looks durable. It snap locks into place. It's got a wing nut, so it's not, you know, the crappy Techie Toys snap lock things. It has like the metal pin, like the Seasonal Visions things. By the way, I don't know who makes her. I'm not sure if I asked this in the setup video, but go ahead and let me know in the comment section below who makes her. I want to say YJ, but I'm not really sure about that. But anyways, for durability, she's not one that's going to break on you. She'll probably last the whole time you want to use her. She'll last for many, many seasons. So for durability, I'm giving her a 10 out of 10. Alright, so the next category is audio, so I'm going to go ahead and turn her on again if you guys weren't listening to the audio last time. But, so you can hear she has like a little bell ring too. You hear that creak noise as it goes down the path that you have it on or whatever. I really like that creak noise. And the little girl laughs as well. It's super creepy, guys. And then make sure I turn her off real quick. So yeah, I think that her audio definitely fits. It has creepy little girl audio. She doesn't have any phrases or anything, but I don't really think she needs it. Sometimes I think the phrases get a little bit overrated where they repeat the phrases over and over, but I think she sounds really creepy. I love the creaks. I love the little bell rings. I love the little girl laughs. So for audio, I'm giving her a 10 out of 10. I think it's actually one of her best qualities. So the next category that I've always had is detail. Now let's just go right into talking about her detail. If you look at her face here, it has like what the other Roman dolls have where it's got cracks, and that always makes it look like an antique doll like the other ones were. And if you didn't see her story, she also is like, you know, her story is that she was like a old antique doll that they were passing down through the family, so it really fits the story. She's got these little pink lips here with these derpy teeth. I mentioned that when I went to the flagship store, but these two little teeth that make her look kind of dumb. And then she's got these little rosy patches on her cheeks as well, and just a bunch of little divots and everything. I mean, it really does look like a rustic old doll. The detail in the clothing, it's just got some like dirt and stuff, but we'll talk about the clothing separately. And then the tire just looks like, you know, regular tire. Her shoes, I would probably count as part of the clothing because they're still cloth, but they're just, you know, this plain black. But I mean, it's just a little doll thing, so it doesn't really need to look too fancy. And then, of course, she's got the little pigtails here, ponytails or whatever. So for detail, I'm going to give her a 9 out of 10, just because the clothing isn't as detailed as I would like it to be. But other than that, it's pretty decent. The next category is scare factor. Now, scare factor isn't that important. I mean, of course, if you're looking for a prop that isn't that scary, then that's what you're gonna get. Now, she isn't jump out scary, but she's definitely freaky. I mean, the audio definitely makes her creepy, and I wouldn't get her if the audio was sort of like, honestly, if it had this little girl voice that like made some phrases, it would probably be kind of stupid and not scary enough. But I want her to be super creepy and just have that like just creepy doll vibe. You know what I mean? So she definitely has that. So there's not much to say with scare factor, but I'm just going to give her a 10 out of 10 because she's definitely good for scaring the children. Okay, so the next category is clothing, and this is where it falls flat for me. This is actually one of the things that was going to make me not even buy her, but I just wanted her because she fits so perfectly into the theme that I'm doing this year. But her clothing is just this, like, I mean, like, you can tell that it's got, like, the foam underneath. Like, it just, I don't know what this fabric is, but it's, like, hard, and it doesn't really shape well. And I just wish they would have put some, like, regular, like, silk fabric or what, not silk, but, like, that fabric they normally have for the clothes. This is just different. I don't know how to explain it. Like, you can tell that it's fake. And then also it's got this, like, these hands that are made out of the clothing as if she has gloves on, but, like, it just looks like she has these little, like, balled up hands that are just on. So honestly, that looks terrible to me. I really hate that. I wish she just had hands that could clasp around and be posable. It would up the price, but to me it would make it a lot more worth it. And then I'm gonna sit down here. Also, her shoes are just a plain black. Why could they not be like Menacing Molly's shoes? Menacing Molly's shoes were great. I mean, the shoes don't need to be fabric still. They could have been hard plastic that velcroed onto here because the shoes don't really move. Now, this is okay. I feel like these are fine. They didn't need to draw much attention to this, and it also bends, which is pretty nice. It bends as it goes. But honestly, guys, the clothing, this is like the worst part of it. The clothing is just terrible to me. It looks really cheesy. Now, in the dark, I don't think it's gonna be that noticeable, but just look at it. I mean, the clothing is just super cheesy, guys. That's the one thing that I hate about her. So for clothing, I'm giving her a 2 out of 10. I know that's extremely low, but I really hate her clothing. Okay, so we started with setup and we end with disassembly. It makes sense, right? Disassembly, the only reason I talk about that is because there was props in the past that you could not get back into her box. Her box is definitely a little bit oversized, but for some reason it like fills up to the top, but her box is absolutely huge. I mean, like, it almost looks like you could just fit her not taken apart into the box, but I mean, it actually kind of does fill to the top. It's just the way that the metal is. It doesn't really, like, there's a lot of empty space, but it just kind of has to be that way. But as far as actually disassembling her, I don't know why I started talking about if she fits in the box. It's super easy. You just undo what you did. You unscrew that wing nut right there, take that out. You push in that pin, pull her up, unplug that wire there, and then you're good to go. And I would also take out the batteries if you're going to be storing her for quite a long time. You don't want those to, like, rot or whatever. So disassembly is just as easy as the setup, so I'm going to be giving her a 10 out of 10. Alright guys, so that is all of the categories, and it leaves us with setup a 10, concept a 10, price a 6, animation a 10, durability a 10, audio a 10, detail a 9, scare factor a 10, clothing a 2, that's where she really falls flat, and disassembly a 10. So that is giving our new 2017 Tricycle doll an 87% rating for my review, which is a B+ prop. Alright guys, so let me know in the comments if you agree or disagree with my review. Of course, everyone is entitled to their own opinion about the Spirit Halloween props, so if you completely disagree with me and you love her a lot more or you hate her a lot more, then just let me know in the comments and I'll be sure to read all of those and see what you guys think about her. Now, the only reason that I did buy her was because she fits absolutely perfectly into my display this year, but I definitely recommend her, even though the clothing is really crappy in my opinion. I'm sure it doesn't bother some of you guys. I'm sure for some of you guys it's just me being picky or whatever, but I honestly just really hate the clothing for some reason. But she does fit perfectly into a lot of displays. She would be really, really cool for, of course, a doll display like I'm doing, but honestly, just having her go up and down your driveway or anything, you know, even if you're not a big Spirit Halloween enthusiast, you're not doing a huge display, she's just a cool one to get for about $100 as long as you bring along your 20% off coupon. So I do recommend her. The link to purchasing her will be in the description, as well as the links to my setup video of her if you have bought her and you want to know how to set her up, and also my just regular demo of her. So anyways guys, I hope you've enjoyed all of the videos of the props that I've done this year. This is going to be the last video of props as far as I know. You know, I always do the demo setup review thing, and this is the last one that I am planning on getting this year, so it should be the last one. If there is any others, well, I don't know that there will be, there probably won't. But that means that we are getting super close to me actually building the haunt. So I am filming this video quite a while off. It's still August, but I'm sure you guys are seeing it in September. So I'm not sure how close I am to building the display, but I'm pretty sure that I should be really close. So by the time that you're seeing this video, you should be expecting some build videos coming very soon, just of us setting up the walls and everything. But it is going to be a wild ride on the HGG Halloween channel. So if you have not already joined the family, then hit that subscribe button, because we are going to start building the display, and it's just going to be super fun in the upcoming months. So anyways guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.